Hi guys, this is the part 2 of Introduction to Stress. In this conversation, I want to talk about the fact that you can sit down at a place. You sit down, you're not doing anything, you're not going anywhere, and your body will be stressed up as hell. Yes, now a lot of people get confused. Like when they call me to massage them, and I come to massage them, and after analysis, assessing them, I tell them your problem is stress. They just look at me like, but I don't do anything. I need to go anywhere now. I don't do anything. Every day I'm at home. Yes, you can be at home and you can go on vacation and you still get stressed up. Why? Because from my other video, we saw that there are 3 kinds of stress. There is physical stress, the one that stresses your body physically. There is emotional stress that comes from unresolved issues from your past. And every human being has pains, traumas, unresolved challenges and problems, even issues that we have never discussed with anybody, but it keeps bothering us. It's there in us. These things can stress you up. So you can sit down in a place without going anywhere, and you'll be stressed up. Now, one thing is this. If you sit down in a place, let's take for instance, you took a vacation or you're out of job, you've not been working. But within you, you're very worried, you're very stressed out because you have some bills to pay. That if you don't get job, or maybe like you keep a very hectic job or something, your job comes not too often, but when it comes, it pays all the bills. Now within a particular period, you're now not doing anything, you are home. But that time that you are home, you are very worried because where do I get the money to pay all the bills? You can even start having sleepless nights. Now, you're not actually doing anything, but that worry inside of you is eating you up because now you can't really pay your bills, or it may not even be bills. It may just be that being in the house will expose you to certain things that you're not ready to get exposed to, like being with maybe a very lousy partner or children or something, or siblings that will always get your blood boiling. Or you may have to deal with certain social situations that you're not comfortable with. So the fact that you are home can expose you to more stress. Now, as a person, sometimes there's type A and type B personality. Type A people are this kind of active workaholic. They like to be on the move. They like to do something. They like to get busy. If you're that type of person and someone puts you in a place where you sit down, by the time you sit down idly, you're just idle for day 1, day 2. By the 3rd day, you'll get sick because your body is not used to it. Okay, I'll give you an example. In 2020, during COVID, at a point, Port Harcourt was put on lockdown. Total lockdown, no movement. Now, I'm a workaholic kind of person, and I prefer to move from place to place. I don't want to sit in an office morning till night. I don't like that kind of job. So, when Port Harcourt was put on lockdown, the first day we were on lockdown, I was a bit happy. Okay, you don't stay house, you need to go anywhere. By the 2nd day, my body has started itching me like. I now started questioning. I said, why would they say we should be on lockdown? I said, for what? Why would I be on lockdown? I had to come out. When I came out to the street, I saw people playing, but I said, why would you tell me to stay in the house? So I came out, and somehow, I took a walk. I took a long walk. I walked down a lot of streets in my neighborhood, places I've never gone. I went there. Because I couldn't just find myself staying indoors and not doing anything, or saying you want to. No. It felt very stressful to me. So if you're that type of person that likes to go out and move from place to place, and somebody puts you somewhere that you're seated alone, or you're not alone, where you're seated and you're not doing much as you like to do, stress will set in now. Definitely stress will set in because you're not in your regular environment. You're not doing what you like to do. So the point is, you can sit still and you'll be stressed up. Now, there's another aspect of this which has to do with most of us are workaholics. You like working, you like doing things. Point of key to remember, or points to remember: if you're a workaholic, you don't have an emotional life. What I mean by you don't have an emotional life is all your emotions are suppressed and caged somewhere. And that in itself is a big source of stress. That's why you have to use stimulants or things to numb yourself. Things like coffee and a lot of things. When you numb yourself, you numb that emotional aspect of you. So if you're a workaholic that has been working for years, now these years that you've been working, you've been avoiding a lot of things, a lot of emotional settings and all that. It could be something very simple. It may not have to be a very negative thing. It may be a simple thing. But you're running away from it and you refuse to deal with it. The day you're out of job or the day something happens that you have to be idle for a while, all those emotions will come flooding and they will give you a lot of stress. Okay, I'll give an illustration. Recently, I just lost a friend. It was so sudden. Now, this is somebody that we used to be very close, you know. It was, in fact, in my whole life, this is the first time that someone's death actually affected me. But in the beginning, I had to shut it down because it was a very strong emotion I wasn't ready to deal with. And one day I nearly broke down. In fact, there was a day I went and bought alcohol. I bought this sachet, I don't know what they call it. I just told the guy to give me anything alcohol. He brought one that they called a night charger or whatever. I said, just give me, I need to drink alcohol. And now, backstory, for a long time I've not been taking alcohol. For years now, I don't do alcohol. But I was so angry, I was so confused, I was so pained that I couldn't deal with this thing. And the more I tried to analyze it, the more depressing or angrier I got. So at a point, I now discovered something. His death actually gave me the chance to grieve for two people. I lost my younger brother in 2020. Now, it happened so suddenly that the whole family was like in chaos. Now, I was the person, I had to be going to the family house. And going to the family house, going out to massage people, going back to my house. I was sleeping in the family house that period because Momsi was also very down. She was sick, she had stroke. And it was hectic on me at the point. All eyes were on me. Like, my other brother is not in town, he's in Abuja. We're in Port Harcourt. So I was the one that was looked up to for strength. So I could not grieve. I couldn't grieve because I had to be strong for everybody. So within me, there was serious tension. How to keep up with my schedule, my massage schedules. My massage schedule, going out to people, because I do home service. Now coming back in the evening, arranging my house, doing my things, then going back to the family house to sleep. The next day I go back to my house again before I go to work. It wasn't easy. So I didn't have the time to grieve. And I had two friends then, two female friends, who were not dating, just very good friends. It happened that one of them was so, I don't know what word to use, I don't want to use a harsh word, but something happened that I lost my brother and I asked to see you so we could sit down and talk. But she wasn't interested in seeing me. This is somebody we've been close, in fact, to give you a perspective, I used to call her in the evening. Sometimes we'd talk for 2-3 hours. One day we discuss for 4 hours on WhatsApp. Imagine such a person treating me bad at that point in time. She refused to see me. In fact, within that period, she put an end to the friendship and she accused me of something. The second one, even when I sent her a message, she was desperately looking for something from me. Okay, actually, she lost her her father a few months before. So they were preparing for the burial, it was close to the burial. Now, sometimes she will call me and say, please write a short poem for me, write something, I want to put something on my status and things like that. So at the point I told her something, I said, most times I'm on the move and I don't make calls, receive calls, or write when I'm on the move or when I'm massaging or when I'm during my day. So if you want me to write anything for you, please tell me 1 or 2 days before. Because even naturally, the way I write, I don't just speak pen and start writing. I contemplate a lot for what I want to write. As a writer, that's one of the reasons I'm usually absent-minded and very forgetful. Because I may be contemplating 4 or 5 articles in my head at the same time. I can do that for 3 or 4 days. Either I pick my pen, I write something that is wonderful. So I told her, I said, always tell me. Now, a few days to one of the days, she told me, and the next day I couldn't provide the article. By the second day, I couldn't provide the article. She was now putting pressure on me. I said, please, hold on. I'm in the family house this evening now. I lost my younger brother. It was about 6 or 7 lines of message I sent on WhatsApp. Now, she did not see the part where I said I lost my brother. Instead, she started scolding me that I was delaying and all that. Look, my head burst. I was like, in fact, I kicked out of my life because of that thing. I had to call her and I said, are you so insensitive? She said, say I lost my brother. I said, but I've told you this before now. And even after I told you I lost my brother, you were not even interested in seeing me. So if I had the intention of making you mine, how do I go on? So these 2 people who treated me bad made it worse for me. Because these were the people I would have got strength for. But I didn't have that strength from them. And I was supposed to be strong for my family. Because everybody was looking up to me. Now, I could not grieve for my brother. Even months later, in fact, something happened early this year. I went to somewhere and I was coming out from the street. Thoughts of him just flooded my mind. You won't believe it. I started crying. This thing has happened 2 times. Now, I'm not surprised at this because there was a time I read it somewhere, or a video, I saw a video of it sometime, where they talked about the fact that when you don't grieve about something, later it comes to haunt you and it can even cause ill health for you. So, the fact that I couldn't grieve for my brother, now I lost a friend that is close and it awakened that grief. So I was grieving for 2 people. So imagine the stress that has been in my body for 4 years, 5 years, 2020 to 2025, 4 or 5 years, or 4 years, because I can't remember. I think it was in October or thereabout. So the stress that is in your system can stay for a long time and come to haunt you later. That's why you can sit in one place and you'll be stressed up. So I want us to get that point so that when certain things happen in you, you don't say, I'm not stressed up now. Nothing is happening in my life now. No. The stress of the years, the stress of the 4, 5, 10, 15 years previously can come and haunt you. And it can cause serious issues for you. Okay? So, learn to manage your stress. Learn to manage your emotions and you'll be able to reduce your stress level. Because stress is the greatest killer of our time. Okay? There are so many things you can do to manage your stress. Exercise is number 1. Eating the right food, drink a lot of water and all that. You'll be fine. Cheers.